On the lead up to the release of Dragonflight on the 28th of November, I thought it'd be worthwhile to look at certain aspects of Dragonflight and explain what bits of lore you should know going into the expansion, whether you're a new player or a veteran. In today's episode of Dragonflight Explained, we're looking at the Black Dragonflight. As with all other Dragonflights, the Black Dragonflight have had their hand in a fair bit of history of the world. I won't go over every single event as this video would be hours long, but to mention a notable few, there's the War of the Ancients, the near extinction of the Blue Dragonflight, the kidnapping of Varian Rin, and also the shattering of Azeroth. The most notable dragons from this Dragonflight are Neltharion, Onyxia, Wrathion, Nefarian, and Syntharia. Whilst it's common knowledge to old players, new players may need a quick explanation as to why the Black Dragonflight aren't as present as the other dragons. Why are there so few of them left? Well, to explain that, we need to go back to the dawn of the aspects. Given the little backstory that we see during the first episode of Dragonflight Legacies, it explains it really well. It all begins when the proto-dragons become aspects and Neltharion becomes the Earth Warder. As the dragon aspect placed in charge of the earth and the deep places in the world, it said Neltharion uses wisdom and benevolence to forge mountains and carve rivers for the mortal races. In fact, it was Neltharion who 20,000 years ago created the Drakthea race as ideal soldiers, due to his concerns about the growing rift between the dragon aspects and the primalists. Though he was a great and powerful aspect respected by all, it wasn't all peaceful. He silently thought that the power he had was a burden that had been placed on him. He felt suffocated, like the weight of the world was on his shoulders, and in a way, it was. In his silent pain, he felt like he had to bear that weight alone, which eventually made him spiral mentally. The old gods. The epitome of evil. A virus that is terribly difficult to get rid of. Convinced him that they could free him from his burden if he simply worked with them, helped them achieve their goals, but little did he know that these voices would drive him to madness, becoming paranoid of the other Dragonflights and soon dreaming of a world dominated by his own kind. And to cut a long story short, as Neltharion's story is a lengthy one, it was this madness that ended up destroying his kind. He betrayed the other Dragonflights, utilising the Dragon Soul meant to destroy the Legion to start killing elves and dragons alike, wiping out countless number of Blue Dragonflights as they tried to stop him. Little did he know that this weapon would be the one that would bring him down in the future. It would chip off a single scale that adventurers could now exploit to finally bring down the Earth Warder. This betrayal and the subsequent events of a war between the Dragonflights meant that nearly every Black Dragon was wiped from existence, being hunted down and killed because of Deathwing's mad plots. The flight is ultimately destroyed by heroes of the Alliance and the Horde, through the aid of the 4 other Dragonflights and even with the aid of one of their own, Wrathion, the Uncorrupted. While only a simple whelp, he was very powerful due to the experimentation on his egg by the Red Dragonflight. He'd been orchestrating the assassinations of his own remaining Dragonkin siblings and even ordered the death of his own father, Deathwing, and for a period of time he did go into hiding. Some time before the destruction of Theramore, Jaina comments how some black dragons still exist in Dustwallow Marsh, and Grazel the Great there owns 3 of Onyxia's whelps. Sibelian and his group of dragons continue to live in Outland and Wrathion is unaware of them. Though the threat of Deathwing is gone, finally being slain at the end of Cataclysm, his children Onyxia and Nefarian also being killed alongside his prime consort Syntharia, the numbers of the Black Dragonflight are certainly limited. By the end of the Cataclysm, the only known Black Dragons left are Wrathion, Abyssian, Sibelian, and Serenar. I'd speak about Wrathion now, but honestly, he deserves his own video. After all, he is one of the best characters in the game and will be a major player in Dragonflight. Abyssian, who has watched over High Mountain Tauren in the skies as Spirit Walker Ebonhorn, had a pretty big role in helping Mela High Mountain become High Chieftain, whilst revealing his true nature. Shortly after Darkghoul is defeated, he leaves saying he has family matters that require his attention, so we will definitely see him in Dragonflight. Wrathion is a very influential figure from Missa Pandaria onwards. In Battle for Azeroth, he even helps us in our venture to defeat N'Zoth, and states that despite his previous actions, he is acting for the best of Azeroth. His intent is to make sure his Dragonflight honours the ancient charge of defending the world. He clears the whispers of the old god from the minds of the young Twilight Dragonflight and takes them into his care. So going into Dragonflight, we're going to witness the remnants of the Black Dragons reclaim their ancestral seat of power, the Obsidian Throne. We're going to be embroiled in a leadership contest between Wrathion and Sibelian, a dragon that was present in Outland and had his own brood of Black Dragons that were safe from the extinction of the ones left behind on Azeroth. Whilst Wrathion states that his deeds earn him the position of power, Sibelian claims that his inheritance earns him it. I don't know who's going to win, but I genuinely hope it's Wrathion. Thanks for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed that quick, bite-sized lore video. If you did, then please like and subscribe and keep an eye out for more Dragonflight content in the near future. In the next episode, we'll be looking into Nozdormu and the Bronze Dragonflight to see what kind of legacy and footprint they left on the mortal races of Azeroth. But for now, thanks, and see you next time.